Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a Truder, and welcome to the Forgotten City, a game that once upon a time was a Skyrim mod, and then they decided, hang on, why don't we just make it into a full game? So they took out the Skyrim and added in Romans. So now it is a Roman time-travelling murder mystery RPG thing, and oh yes, this seems like just my cup of tea. And on top of that, this game does something rather interesting, which is, there's a note left for me right on the first screen of the game. See, because this game's a mystery, presumably it always plays out in the same way. So, there's a note on the side for content creators saying, please don't show past a particular point. And that's fine. Loads of the time when I do linear games, I try to make sure I don't show too much, because, you know, that'd be a bit unfair to the devs. So, okay, we need to watch out for, a white hallway. Got it.
Hey. You're alive! When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
Ooh, do I by any chance have some nice plot convenient amnesia? For the time being, I'm just figuring out, you know, how thick my fingers are. I'll go for skinny fingers today. Okay, I can have standard gaming amnesia if I want to, but because this used to be a Skyrim mod, and thus an Elder Scrolls game, I could also be on the run from the law, because you are always on the run from the law, for slightly unspecified reasons, in Elder Scrolls. Alternatively, I can have a gun, boring, or archaeologist. Yep, that's the one for me. Good, let's go for that.
There are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped, or injured, or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him? If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
I mean, to be honest, I'm an archaeologist anyway, so this is probably what I'm looking for, so sure. I'll see if I can pick up Al while I'm doing my little archaeology business. Okay, this will be the ruin she was mentioning then, so that's a Corinthian style of column. Nothing too dramatic there, pretty standard stuff really. And on top of that, we got ourselves one backpack, which Al left behind despite containing useful bits and pieces, and one note.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation. Or a warning. Al Worth.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, Al. If the way they hid their secret city was underneath a nice little rolling penny type thing, then yes, it does seem unlikely they'll be able to keep that secret. Especially as they seem to be trying to lure people forward. There's gold stuff over here. Fixed permanently in place. Aha! It's bait. Not only were they not trying to keep it secret, they were trying to lure treasure hunters down here. Well, okay, down into the city of being judged, gold, sin, etc, etc, etc. So, alright, just drop ourselves down over here. And down we go, and seriously hope there's some water here. Good, it's video game water too, so it doesn't hurt when you land in it, no matter how fast you're falling. Oh, but hang on, down here things are a bit different. We've got, oh, blimey. Oh no, we've got a Corinthian column right next to an Ionic column. Oh, and that's cocky Doric. No, 0 out of 10, tut. Okay, I think this is actually supposed to be Corinthian. It's just sort of glitching into a wall. But if a column has nothing at the top of it, that's Doric style. If it's got those, like, you know, round twirly bits, but not too much decoration, that's the Ionic style. And up here, if it's got all these flibbly wibbit bits, that's Corinthian. So those are the three main, you know, key big types of pillar in the ancient world. And no, I don't think these are Dorics. I think they're just Corinthians slightly glitching into a wall. So, okay, let's stop evaluating pillars and actually do whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, we got statues. Lots of statues, and plenty of them appear to be a bit on the scared side. So, okay. The inscription said I could have gold, but, like, you know, if I was sinful or whatever, then I'd also have death. So, yeah, I feel like there's some hubris nemesis going on here. People wanted gold, so they got turned into gold. Okay, we've got someone dressed in modern clothing. Al, I'm guessing you did something stupid in the ruins.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. In here, there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now. Find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Okay, so he tried doing the time loop himself, but eventually he couldn't actually solve it. So as a result of that, he just accepted being turned into gold by whatever turned you into gold. Okay, to the Wibbly portal, let's see what we got going on in the past. Alright, because maybe, as someone who knows a bit about Roman history and whatnot, I might have some advantages here. For once, my degree might be cooking useful. Alright, so, same place, but unfortunately, or rather fortunately I suppose, not in ruins anymore. Now everything's all Roman-y. So, alright, need to figure out how to return to my original time. Well, okay, if I wanted that to be my main objective, I probably shouldn't have stepped through the time door.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Probably offering some kind of, you know, sacrifice, something of that nature. So, yes indeed. Hang on. How are we going to... Also, hang on. Why did you just say salve in Latin, but the rest in... Okay, how do we understand each other?
I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you, and what were you doing in the shrine?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm more curious why I didn't ask what's English, because the Angles don't exist yet. Alright, I'll be speaking some form of Breton or Celtic language, so English wouldn't be able to be translated. It would be like saying microwave. There's no translation possible, so okay, I'm thinking about this too hard. Yeah, I just got lost. Sorry, point me in the right direction. Ideally towards the scene of a murder, and I'll get on with solving it for ya.
When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your pretty new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking her to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Hilarious. You're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the golden rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10. Made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the golden rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
Whatever are you wearing? Oh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
Okay, so who are you, precisely?
I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that?
Look, I don't know. Not from around here. From, countries that don't really exist yet and times that aren't going to be around for a while.
Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it? Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone.
Here we go, we're getting straight into investigation here. So, right, how long's it been since you last saw your little sister?
It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together, and I remember she seemed happy. In love. We went into our rooms, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, she was gone. That's it.
Okay, tell me about the boyfriend, because that's gotta be the right starting point.
I think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me.
Right. Any reason? Parental disapproval or something?
Because our father had plans to marry her off, eventually, and even a rumor about her attachment to some mystery man might have ruined those plans.
Okay, might be wanting to look into that, and bear in mind, part of the reason she might have been wanting to hide it might have been we don't know it was a guy. Homosexuality in Roman culture was much more frowned upon than it was in the Hellenic world. So, yeah, we can't rule out anybody.
You should probably take a look through her room. It's the one just by the front door. Maybe you'll find something the rest of us missed.
Okay, let's get on with this. I'm here to solve a mystery. Let's solve a cocking mystery. Okay, before we go any further though, yes, I'm in a hallway right now, but it's red, not white. We're fine. Right, over to Sentilla's room. I've no cocky clue how you would have missed anything in here, given, it's very, very tiny, but I'll have a bit of a look-see. I really hope you didn't miss the note on her pillow, by the way, because if so, well done, you cocking genius. So, may Clementia give you the strength to forgive me. I'm sorry to leave you this way. I found a way to escape. I must take it. I hope we meet again. Okay, she didn't seem sure her little sister had escaped or not, so that would suggest you didn't find the note on her pillow. Cocking genius, this Sentia. And I can pick up items and rotate them, which I should do because it's a video game, so sooner or later, something's going to be stuck on the bottom of something. And there's what's definitely not a mana potion from Skyrim.
But it's odd. It was only a few months ago that Sentilla's friend Yulia let slip she was planning an escape of her own. And yet, Yulia's still here. You should go and speak with her. Find out if she knows anything. She lives in the villa next door.
Okay, Yulia next door. Also need to figure out who the lover is, and to be honest, it could well be Yulia. They could be one and the same person. But okay, I should probably check the rules of the universe with the magistrate before we, get into solving a mystery or anything. Bad call to, wander around when I don't know the bloody rules.
22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Okay, interesting. And yes, I'm from the future, so I know about all sorts of stuff, like people walking on the moon and Wi-Fi.
Well, I'm not sure I believe that. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
Okay, there are golden statues around anyway. Now, they can't be any of the, 23, or the missing people, because one, they'd be recognised, and two, if 3 people were dead, everyone would be dead. So, that would suggest that was the last group of people. People come here, somebody sins, everybody gets turned into a statue, some more people arrive, they try and start over, and it's just stuck in a loop. They're stuck in the same loop on a macro level that I'm doing, as a literal time loop. So, okay. Okay. What's a sin, to be precise? Is it anything like marked in red, like stealing?
Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Okay, I lied to the very first person I ran into, Galerius. I lied to him and said, hey, I got lost. That was marked as a lie, and nobody died. So I know I can lie. Good. But yeah, the problem we've got here, matey, is Roman laws changed over time. Especially during the Imperial period, they changed a lot with each passing emperor. So, how do you know whether the laws you're using are the right laws?
Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same,
regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
Okay, that puts us somewhere in the early Imperial era. If we've got Gaul and Judea in the Empire, but we don't have Britain, that puts us, somewhere around, I don't know, Tiberius, but before Claudius. So okay, we're early Imperial era. Okay, so I've had a good chat to Sentius over here, and I think I understand. Alright. In a few days' time, then someone's going to do a murder, or well, not necessarily a murder. Someone's going to do a bad by whatever standards we're being evaluated here. At that point, he's going to do a ritual that summons me from the future. Alright, to do that, he's going to sacrifice himself. I walked over his bones earlier, I just didn't realise that's what I was doing. But if I stop the bad happening, then he'll never summon me, and as a result of that, I'll paradox myself back home. So, okay, that's how we resolve this, gotcha. And that's another good point. We know that Scintilla isn't dead, or rather, if she is, it was an accident. Manslaughter might be okay by the rules. Because, if she was murdered, everyone would already be statues, so okay. Note in the magistrate's room right over here from Scintilla. So okay, Scintilla wasn't actually his biological daughter, he adopted her. And then a lovely birthday pendant. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father, and Sentia as my sister. Okay, we now know Sentia was around before Scintilla joined the family. Could maybe have been a source of resentment, jealousy, something. Sentia could still be my prime suspect for the disappearance of Scintilla. Now, we know she kind of murdered her, but if she could have deliberately helped her escape to get rid of her, it's possible.
I'm from Liguria, up north originally. I was doing alright for myself. 12 years into my service. Had a nice girl lined up for when it was all over. Not anymore. She's probably figured I'm long gone and moved on by now. I try not to think about it. My commander sent me to deliver a message to Rome. While I was there, I thought I'd do something nice for my girl, and pick up a little pendant from a silversmith. That's when the crowd started flooding through the streets, shouting fire. People were screaming, trampling each other. Then some Genetricum fugitive tried to take advantage of the chaos and pinch my pendant. I remember chasing him through the crowds, down towards the river. And then, nothing. Blacked out and woke up near here. No idea how I ended up floating so far downriver. But I'm fortunate to be alive, I suppose.
Ooh, okay, so is everyone here actually not alive? If the way we all got here was floating downriver? Because that's a bit suspicious, and rivers as a thing connected to the underworld, that's some Roman thinking right there. Okay, he's also got me a list of people who live here, so okay. If I need to know who's who, and the most likely place they're gonna be, I can now refer to this note. So I've got a list of everybody here, which we know should be, 23, but with 3 missing, I think he says. Okay, there also seems to be an election going on. It was mentioned in the note upstairs for who's going to be the magistrate going forward. There's still a democratic process here, and it sounds like Sentius thinks he's not going to win, and Teratius seems to know why.
See, Domitius has been going around town, shoring up votes for Malleolus with lies, bribery, and intimidation. The man's a savage, but he's a gladiator, so people fear and respect him more than they should. Sentius knows about it, of course, but he doesn't have the same rat cunning as Malleolus. This place will be different with that sleaze at the helm. But I try not to worry about things I can't change.
Okay, that there could possibly be, where it goes wrong. Different person in charge, he says, well, I don't believe all this nonsense, let's start stabbing each other. Then they stab each other and then everybody dies. So, okay. We might need to sort that out to stop the whatever's going to happen. Alright, let's get on our way, because I'm guessing, Majora's Mask style, everybody's got their own thing going on. Everybody's going to have a routine. So, alright, I need to start learning people's routines and when they're going to be wearing. Oh, alright, someone's just getting in their cardio for the day. Marvellous. So, is this the villa next door? Ah, but hang on. You are a gladiator. Are you... Wait, which was the gladiator? One of the two who's trying to corrupt the election, which should be... Oh, hang on. Isn't bribery itself a... Well, it can't be. Because if he's been bribing people, and they're not already dead, then bribery must be fine.
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus, you go through me.
Alright, any chance I can speak to him? Honestly, I don't want to. I just want to speak to his daughter, I think.
Too bad. He's busy. Unless... No. You don't look like you could afford it. Left me strict instructions he doesn't want to be disturbed. So if you want to see him, I'll need something valuable in return.
Alright, fair enough. What do you need, mate? And yes, indeed, soliciting bribes, a sin.
Bribe? That's such an ugly word. What I'm looking for is more of a tribute to me, your soon-to-be patron.
Okay, I would not rule, lawyer, when, if you get this even slightly wrong, you die together with everybody else.
Dunno. Something good.
Right, he's cocking useless, he doesn't even know what he wants. But if I find something good, bring it back to him. Ah, but yes indeed. Any chance I can just speak to Yulia without actually bribing you?
Had to carry her to Lucretia's clinic this morning. Shrine of Apollo. She was acting sick. Faking it, if you ask me. Typical.
Alright, Lucretia, possibly doctor of some description, let's see what we got. Okay, but is there any chance I could just, you know, break in? Oh.
You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
Alright, lad's got eyes in the back of his head.
So, there was this guy called Hannibal, right? Funny accent. Used to go down into the cisterns looking for junk he could clean up and sell. One day, a few weeks back, he comes out and tells me the cisterns are haunted. Said he could hear spirits wailing. Of course, nobody believed him, because who trusts a Carthaginian, right? Anyway, a few days later, he goes back in. And hours go by, and he hasn't come back out, yeah? So I go down after him, and it's dark. But in the distance, I can just make out his body, sprawled out on the ground. And hunched over him was something that made my blood run cold. No word of a lie. I saw a creature. Like the corpse of a man who'd been flayed. And it was eating Hannibal.
Okay, so, yeah, that wouldn't break the golden rule because being attacked by an animal, that's not a sin. That's all fine. Just, you know, have a little bit of a quick look-see. See what we got. Maybe go into crouch mode. Oh, okay. Right, you know, I've decided I don't want to be here anymore. I've decided I don't want to be here anymore. 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 Oh, it's a peeled statue. Oh. Okay. Peeled statue. Under the gold, they're still alive. Oh, that's horrifying. And I'm gonna be needing a weapon if I want to, yes, do anything. Got it. Right, that's truly horrifying, yes. Okay, John. Eyes on the prize here. Eyes on the prize. Time's ticking by. I need to find Lucretia's surgery because Yulia is apparently not well. Now, where's the Shrine of Apollo? That's cocking lock. That's useless. Aha! This'll do, just over the road. So, small Shrine of Apollo. And we've also got, yes, that'll be Yulia right there. Hello, any chance that, you can help me out, or ideally get her up and about, 'cause I need her speaking.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient, and a dear friend. Yulia. She was a good woman.
Okay, so we can't speak to her. She's a bit on the dead side. And, okay, if she was injured, then died of those injuries, would that be murder as far as the Golden Rule is concerned? I don't know.
She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally, I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall, but there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
Okay, if I come back here at the start of the time loop, could I maybe get her up and about and sort that out? And also, hang on, I can't steal the... Hang on, well, I can lie. Maybe I can break the rules. Here it is, right here. So if I just go down and hang on, what's the... How does the eye symbol work? Because that would imply I am being seen. But, oh, hang on, there's a lot of other people. Okay, everybody ignore me for a second. I'm about to break the golden rule, which is probably a bad call, but... Examine this. Steal it.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Okay. So, definitely feel like I cannot break the rules. That's not okay. That guy's now like that. Am I going to be shot, by the way? If I get shot. Ow! Okay, I can be shot. Yes, it's time to cock and go. That wasn't the right button. I was trying to jump. Okay, there's Sentius. He's actually now already a skeleton somehow. But right, back we go to the beginning. So don't mind me. Yes. Don't worry. I don't need to speak to you, mate. It's all okay. Oh, except this time he's given me a zipline handlebar because... Okay, they did not have zip lines in ancient Rome, but whatever. I mean, you know what? Sure, that's going to get me down over here, nice and fast. Now, okay, quick as you like, head to the forum. Let's see what the current state of Yulia is. She's alive. Oh, okay. If I steal, that causes the statues to come alive, but I get to maintain my inventory, so I can steal. Okay, so that'll do just fine. Here you go, have the resin. Okay, I see how the loop works, yes. And yes, indeed, Lucretia's story is the same as everybody else's. Everybody at some point ended up falling in the water and woke up here. Everybody probably drowned, and this is some form of purgatory of some description. Not that the Romans really had the idea of a purgatory, but... Okay, that doesn't mean you can't do a purgatory story with Romans. Okay, so I've had a chat with Lucretia. She's not really a doctor, she's just filling in. The real doctor is at the palace, wherever that is, and apparently made a discovery about the statues. Presumably the one I've already guessed. They're still alive. Right, okay. Yulia, me and you need to have a chat.
I'd been here about a week. When it dawned on me I'd be trapped here for the rest of my life. I could hardly breathe, and I knew I had to get out somehow. So when my new friend Aurelia offered me a secret way out, I would have done anything. And then I learned her asking price. 1,000 denarii. She was supposed to be my friend. I told her it would take me years to save up that much. So she suggested I take out a loan from Malleolus. And I did.
Ah, was the secret way out, in fact, poison? So, bit of a loophole there, but you were already in debt at the time, so... Right. You were thinking you'd get out, and thus wouldn't need to pay the money. Gotcha.
I'm not proud of it, but... Yes. I was surprised he agreed to it, to be honest. But I was so happy to have the money I didn't question it. I had to sign an agreement, saying I'd work off the debt over 30 years. But I figured I'd be out of here so soon it wouldn't matter. I paid Aurelia, and she gave me her so-called way out. Do you want to know what it was? Hemlock.
Yes, indeed. The poison you drank? Fine. Got it. So, okay. Given you died in the previous instance of this universe, and yeah, it didn't cause everyone to die, suicide not a sin by the golden rule. Okay, what if I just bought out your contract?
A lot. But it doesn't matter. I made a suicide pact with Ulpius last night. He's in exactly the same position as I am. Malleolus and Aurelia set the same trap for him a month after they did it to me. He and I are in this together. He's probably already thrown himself from the bluff into Malleolus's villa by now. If so, I'd never be able to live with myself, knowing I broke my promise to him.
Okay, problems piled on top of problems. So, I need to not just save her, I need to save him as well, otherwise she's still gonna be upset with me. Okay. Also bear in mind, if she just tried to take her own life, then it's possible she might deliberately break the golden rule in order to have a more reliable way of stopping her own suffering. Right, but let's move on to Scintilla, alright? I want to solve Scintilla's business.
It's very sad. She was such a lovely young woman. But I'd been locked in Malleolus's villa for months before she went missing, so I can't help you, I'm afraid.
Okay, well that's cocky and useless. I just went to a lot of trouble to save your life. So this might be the big palace that, yes, the doctor just barred herself in. No trouble there whatsoever. Just need to keep going up. Please don't jump yet. I'm just on my way, alright? It turns out that, what's her face? Yulia, she's actually recovered. So please don't jump. She'll feel really bad about it.
Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
Okay, I know this is a bad time to bring this up, but actually I know for a fact he could do that without worrying about it, because it doesn't breach the golden rule, because Yulia dying didn't. But, okay, fine, I'll try and sort it out anyway. That might get Yulia on side or something. Okay, how about, instead of, going the whole, no, you've got so much to live for plan, instead, I go the other way and say, you know what? If you want to die, you've got the right to do it. That might open up a bit of a dialogue between me and him. Might give me an opening to get to know him a bit better.
You must think I'm an idiot. I'm out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
Ah. Okay. But now, next time, I know the solution. And here's an interesting one. Retracing my steps, there's a statue right here. And it appears to be blocking this door. Off the other path there is a little theatre, right here, or like a little Odeon or whatever. So that's rather nice, right there. So, okay. That also leads, by the looks of it, round to the top of the forum, together with a little back passage too. Alright, learn how it all fits together. Nice little... There's a shortcut back to the start. So, okay, starting to learn how it all fits in one piece. And, oh, bloody hell. Right. That might have been the sin of this cycle. Deciding to do this to this guy. Oh, but that there, that's money that's not a sin to take. Because it doesn't belong to anybody. Okay. Right. Now I've got 100 money. So, in theory... could I, gather enough money from various sources to actually... Also, do I still have my... No, not that. Do I still have my torch? I do have my torch. Well, that's going to freak out some Romans. You see, there we go. Another flipping giant pile of money. And a bottle of wine. Someone might be wanting that potentially. I'll be taking that too. That's not theft. We're golden. Other than that, one interesting thing, which is right at the end of this little cave system, there are some vines. Might be climbable, but only if they could support my weight. Suggesting I need to come back here when I'm lighter, which I don't really understand how that works, but whatever. Oh, hello!
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is?
No, I was just exploring the forum. Then a guy came out and he's got a bow and arrow, which is a problem because I've got a flashlight. I'm so sorry. He might be here, but I've not actually met him yet.
He's a 40 to 50-year-old man with distinctive eyes, one green and one blue. He's also known to have delusions of grandeur. The Emperor says he and his cult, your cult, are responsible for starting the fire which burnt half of Rome to the ground and killed thousands in the process.
Okay, I will trade him, whoever he is, because he might have changed his name, he might not be giving his real name here, for that bow. You know what, buddy? Good cockin' luck, because I get the feeling I'm coming straight back and you ain't. Yep, he's fired the arrow at me. Time to do the old loop here, though. Hang on the way out, I need to get that, I need to get this thing. Take that, yeah, I need to take that. So on the next loop, we're going to sort out everything. Alright, Yulia and what's-his-face, we're going to sort it all out. So no, don't mind me, it's fine. But I can actually now give this guy the potion, so he can go and take care of that for me. Okay, I can actually start delegating tasks to Galerius. Marvellous. So, right, he's going to go sort out that. Meanwhile, I'm up towards, what's-his-face? Ulpis. What would Scintilla, the secret love of your life, want? Because you were the secret boyfriends.
You know about that? How is that possible? I mean, I've never mentioned it to anyone.
Don't worry about it, just maybe step away from the edge, because Yulia's fine, and you're fine, and that means I should have a good friend in Yulia and you.
But we're still in debt bondage to that monster. Unless you happen to have 2,000 denarii to pay off both of our debts.
Okay, that I don't have, but theoretically, could I just loop my way to 2,000 really easily? You see, I've got 200 odd denarii right now. But if I just go back to that cave where I found a giant pile of denarii, can I just loop my way to more? Yep, it's back. I can loop money. Okay, several loops later, I have got 2,000 denarii, I have got multiple silphium resins, and I have knowledge of what's-her-face. So now, everybody cocking lives. Right, Galerius, you go sort out Yulia. Alright, you, your secret missing girlfriend, she wouldn't want this. And here you go, 2 grand, no debt, no trouble.
Really? Wait. So, I guess you'd want me to work for you then?
No, you'd just be free. Please, take this giant pile of money, I'm giving it to you.
You'd do that for us? A couple of complete strangers?
I'm gonna be honest, I mainly just want whatever information you've got about Scintilla, but sure, whatever.
One night a few months ago, when I was cleaning Meliodas' villa, I heard a young woman singing. It was the most beautiful thing I had ever heard. I wasn't allowed out, so once everyone else was asleep, I climbed up the inside of the villa and onto the roof, just to see where that sound was coming from. And that's when I saw her. Standing in the garden of the magistrate's villa, I just sat there on the roof, listening to her with my chin on my knees. And for the first time in a long time, I felt hopeful. And then she looked up and saw me and she smiled. I knew at that moment the fates had brought me to her, and from the moment she asked my name with this warmth and curiosity, I knew I'd have done anything for her. And so for weeks on end, each night I'd climb out of the villa and into her father's garden. We'd hold hands and talk about all the things we'd do once we got out of here, like having our own vineyard. And then one morning I woke up and everyone was out searching for her. They said she'd vanished in the night. All I could do was keep my head down and try to hide how beside myself I was. Scintilla was the one thing that made my life bearable. But with her gone, things unraveled quickly. You saw how bad it got.
Oh, buddy. You better have more of a lead than that, or I am pushing you off that cliff myself.
All I know is she loved me. And if she had known a way out, she would have told me. She'd never have taken her own life. And there's no way anybody could have killed her under the Golden Rule. I can't prove it, but I just know she's still alive somehow. Even now, it's as if I can hear her voice in my head, crying out to me. That can only mean one thing. Somebody abducted her. I have no idea how, or who would want to do something like that to such a sweet, lovely girl. But what else could have happened?
Okay, it's not impossible that, yeah, those branches that I couldn't climb, she could be up there. Someone light enough to climb the branches might have, then again, if they were holding her, then that would mean double the weight, which would be... Not sure about that, but maybe. Yes, give me some suspects.
My guess? MacLeod had something to do with it. He is without doubt the most evil man I have ever known. I have no idea where he'd be keeping her, but there is one room in his villa, upstairs, which is always locked. I've never seen the inside of it, and I haven't been able to steal a key without breaking the Golden Rule. But I have a feeling that if you could get in there somehow, it would shed light on a great many things.
Aha! Steal the key, do the loop, get in there, diddly diddly dee. But the problem is, I don't have a key, and I assume one's inside, but the door's locked for the time being. But to get that, I'd need to bribe him, then need to get the bow off the assassin to shoot the monster in the cave. That might give me a back way in, potentially. That could be how we're supposed to get in. Possibly use bow, shoot monster, get in house to steal key, then start new loop to go into room 2. Okay, this is good stuff. And I've only spoken to a tiny number of the people around. Okay, I'm gonna say I'm impressed. When you go into something that used to be a mod, I kind of go into mods with lowered expectations. I make sure I don't go in expecting too much. But this here is... this is impressive. This works really nicely. There's a lot of really elegant, complicated, good storytelling stuff going on here. And I'd say that's enough for now. But I don't think I found a white hallway yet. So, okay, we could do a little bit more of this, potentially. I'll keep an eye on how the video does. Maybe, just maybe, yes indeed, we could dive a bit deeper, at least until we find some form of white hallway. I really hope I haven't just run straight past a white hallway. It's going to be very embarrassing if I've accidentally broken a sort of soft embargo. I didn't mean to if I did, but okay. Really good stuff here, and I might well take another look-see at it myself. Hopefully, you're looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been the really rather interesting Forgotten City. Thank you very much, and goodbye. If we just hide the bodies, nobody needs to know about this. Yes! My stupid plan has worked! It turns out I'm a genius! The giant rat scorpion is not gone! Oh, hang on, there's more yet, though. I'm still being very shocked. Guys, where's the NCR? Nobody needs to know.